You got New England pride, show us. You've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us. You got New England pride, show us. You've got New England pride. New England pride. Hi, I'm Dale LePage.
And I'm Teen Marie Billing.
Welcome to New England Pride TV. We're going to start off with doing the Pride Pets segment.
Welcome to Small Dog Rescue of New England. Small Dog Rescue of New England is a nonprofit, all-volunteer organization. It was established by a small group of individuals in New England area with the intent of helping small dogs find loving forever homes. Small Dog Rescue of New England works with our Southern Rescue partners to help bring dogs up to New England where they find them forever homes. We do not have shelters. We are a foster-based rescue. Small Dog Rescue of New England are always in need of donations and committed volunteers. We are a 501c3 organization, so your donations are tax deductible. For more information, contact Small Dog Rescue of New England at smalldogrescuene.org or email at smalldogrescuene@gmail.com. Also, check out their Facebook page.
New England Pride TV is presented by Fallon Health and sponsored by the Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Joseph Gonzalez Doframe, Boston Wedding Photographer, Paul Chasen Interior Design, Nuovo Restaurant, Dr. Frank P. Fetchner Plastic Surgery, The Queen's Cups, Escape Games Worcester, Art Reach, Electric Haze, Bull Mansion, Ellie's Pet Barn, Handmade Taekwondo Center, and Herd Strategy and Storytelling.
Welcome back to New England Pride TV. I'm joined now by John O'Neill. If you are a fan of cabaret anywhere in New England, you'll know this handsome mug because you are my version of the cabaret superstar. You have received critical acclaim for your shows, your many shows. I first learned about you when I found out about you doing a Danny Kaye show. Mm-hmm. Now there's going to be, we have a younger audience on New England Pride TV, so there's going to be a fair number of people who don't realize or know who Danny Kaye is. Mm-hmm. I happen to know who he is and think he's a musical comedy genius. Mm-hmm. And obviously you do too because you fashioned a show after him. What was that like? How'd that come about?
It happened because I had a fellowship at the O'Neill Cabaret Institute back in 2000, and one of the instructors came up at the end and said, "You know, I've just watched you for this entire time, and I think you could do some Danny Kaye material." And at that time, I remember Danny Kaye from Hans Christian Andersen and the Court Jester.
That's
the best with the pestle. Has the hell with the poison.
Yes.
And so I just started to look at it, and the man's material was really tailor-made for him. But then, consequently, for me, my alliteration, my skill with words, my comedy, just all seemed to fit. And so we obtained a big grant. We had the band all prepared, and we debuted it in 2000?
2000?
Probably 2000. And then consequently made a recording. We traveled up and down the East Coast with it. And now, you young people, you don't know who Danny Kaye is, but he was wonderful.
He was wonderful. Yeah. If for those of you who don't know what he did, he sang basically tongue twisters. But we've got to really jump right into what you're doing now. Let's talk about what you're doing now.
Wow. Well, I'm getting older by the minute.
Okay.
And so to forestall that, I'm keeping myself active not only with my performances, but creating a new project with Club Cafe in Boston.
Yes, you've become a promoter.
I have become a promoter, and we have created a new room.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Club Cafe in Boston, Napoleon Room. Thank you, James. Shameless plug, Club Cafe. All right, go ahead.
And so we're launching a brand new cabaret series starting in May. It's called Josephine's Cabaret at the Napoleon Room.
Who was the wife of Napoleon,
Was
right?
the wife of Napoleon. And we are kicking off that series on May 4th with the touring cast of Kinky Boots coming and performing a cabaret benefit for the Trevor Project.
That's huge. First of all, that's amazing to get them at the Napoleon Room or Josephine's, and then the cast of Kinky Boots is exceptional, I'm sure, because I've seen it once in New York and once here in Worcester, and it was just amazing.
Well, we are so excited because also that night we'll be doing our traditional drag bingo.
Drag bingo.
So we're going to, in another part of the club, so we're going to create the whole night to be a Kinky Boots night.
Oh, fantastic!
And then just see how many people come in with their kinky boots.
No, I want those boots, actually. Actually, I photoshopped myself in those boots for a poster once.
You don't have those boots?
I don't.
I
Can you
swear I
believe
saw
it?
you in those boots.
I walk like a baby deer in those boots. I can't do it. There's no grace. There's no grace. But something that's coming up, which I think is very exciting, you have put together a show which, to my knowledge and in my opinion, is unlike no other. And I'm talking about the mother-son thing. Let's talk about that for a second.
Right. Last fall, I was introduced to a gentleman, a therapist, who has created sort of a private project, or was once a private project, of filming gay men and their mothers and chronicling that unique relationship
yeah.
that gay men have with their mothers, because it is singularly different. And while I want to say that every daughter with their father and every daughter with their mother, there are very unique things that happen with gay men and their mothers. And
No, it's true. I mean,
they're usually the first to know, the mothers.
oh, absolutely, without question.
Right, and they
Without
just keep
question.
it. They
Right.
just keep a secret.
Right.
And I'm always like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Life would have been easier.
Yeah.
But it's an intimacy that continues well into our years.
Absolutely.
And so I was approached last fall, and they said, and a cabaret fellow said, I think that there's a show in this. And I took a look at his premise, and so I constructed a cabaret installation, which involved theater, music, and video.
Video, yeah.
And we just alternated song to song. There were 2 videos on either side. There'd be a live performance. Then you'd look over to the videos, and then another live performance. I think and we talked about this earlier, one of my favorite moments was when we had our deaf performer up on stage. And he chose to sing a song, I Want to Go Home, from Big. And so we did have a singer behind him singing the words. And then he proceeded to sign the entire story, because Wanting to Go Home was what his story about his mother was. And so throughout the thing, he did sign, I want to go home. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, want.
Yeah.
So I want to go home. And that phrase is repeated again and again in the music, so the audience gets to recognize what that is. And when we got to the last reprise, the pianos went out, the lights went out on the backup singer, and all we saw was...
Yeah, just complete silence.
And at that moment...
Did it bring down the house?
Well, what happened is that at that one point, a hearing audience was at one in sympathy with a deaf person, and something that doesn't happen to us in everyday life, that all of a sudden we no longer know what's happening. And so it was a beautiful moment. Because it was an installation, it was constructed much like a symphony. There was no applause between anything, so it was a solid hour of people just watching, listening, hearing, thinking about that.
Speaking of watching and listening, you want to give a shout out to our viewers, because you're doing some promotion now for the Napoleon Room in Josephine's, and you are actually looking for performers, correct?
We are looking for performers from anywhere. We have an artist coming in from Italy in May, a jazz artist coming in from Italy. We have local performers from Boston, and we're looking for all types of performers who do love to sing.
And if somebody wants to audition for you, would they send in a video? Would they come and audition for you live?
We are so casual. They can contact me through Facebook, through the club. clubcafe.com.
All right.
And just give me a shout out. I'll do the follow-up.
All right, so for those of you who are watching now who might want to have a chance to perform at a beautiful performance space in Boston, if you haven't been to Club Cafe, you must go. The Napoleon Room is a perfect performance space where you perform regularly.
Regularly, yep.
And if you would like to audition or get in touch with John, just email him at...
Just reach out to Club Cafe, send them a note, right through their website or Facebook, and just say, John O'Neill, we want to reach
right.
you, and that's going to be the easiest place to find you.
All right, thank you so much. We will be right back with more after this.
Hello, Dale. Hello, everyone. It's me, Miss Lady Sabrina, and we're back with another letter. This one I find a little interesting. Dear Miss Lady Sabrina, I would love your advice on this, please. A girl I work with and like is getting married, and she is unaware that her fiancé is gay or bisexual. Everyone in the office knows, and everyone is afraid to mention anything to her. She is blindly unaware. Should we say anything? P.S. We know for a fact that he has been with men even during their engagement. Okay, well, there's a couple of things. Now, when you say that she's blindly unaware, see, we don't know all of the facts. Like, we don't know if they've had conversations and she's aware of it and is just overlooking it. I think even though you like her, and even though everyone is aware, I think it's better to err on the side of caution. You're kind of going by what she's sharing with you, which may be a very watered-down version. There may be a private conversation that they've had, where this has been shared. I think no matter which way you go with this, if you decide to mention it, you are going to be the person that, there will be distance from, because if she's unaware of it or there are obvious signs and it's so apparent to everyone in the office, then maybe there are signs that she's just not looking at that are present. And it is her right to do so. I know that you want best for her and you want to be able to, save her. So I would advise you, even though, you want to, again, save her, I think it's very important for you and everyone else who's not in their bed, to kind of stay in your own lane, and I'm not saying that to be flip or rude. I'm just saying that unless you have all the information, you're not really able to advise her, and especially if there's something that she sees that she doesn't want to see. That's also something that, she's entitled to. I think if you're her friend, just stay present, listen to her. Don't speak your opinion. Let her figure it out for herself. And just be her friend. Be her friend. Be her sounding board. Be the person who listens and helps her just kind of figure it out on her own. I know sometimes being the sideline person is difficult, but you have to maintain your friendship, and to maintain your friendship also means to respect her decisions and try not to give unasked advice. It's very important, and they will figure it out, and you will be there to help her in the meantime. All right, I hope this finds you well. I love you all, and I will see you next month with another letter. Love and light, Lady Sabrina.
New England Pride TV is presented by Fallon Health and sponsored by the Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Joseph Gonzalez Doframe, Boston wedding photographer. Paul Chasen, interior design. Nuovo Restaurant. Dr. Frank P. Fetchner, plastic surgery. The Queen's Cups. Escape Games Worcester. Art Reach. Electric Haze. Bull Mansion. Ellie's Pet Barn. Handmade Taekwondo Center. And Herd, Strategy and Storytelling.
Hey guys, welcome back to New England Pride TV. I am joined now by Sawyer Bethel, which is an awesome name, by the way.
Thanks.
That's like a movie star name.
I think so.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about Out Metro West. And all I know about Out Metro West is I follow you on Instagram, which whoever your social media person is, they're killing it on Instagram. It's great content. Who's that?
That's Julie. Julie's the Director of Communications and Outreach for us.
So Julie, awesome job. Keep it going because I'm loving it.
Yeah, she's great.
So first of all, let's talk about the origin of Out Metro West. I've only been aware of it for maybe a year. How long has it been going on?
Yeah, so we've actually been around informally since 2011.
Okay.
When we were formed out of a program of the Unitarian Universalist Society of Wellesley Hills.
Okay.
So two parents called the newly appointed assistant minister, Jack Patrick Lewis, who is actually a state representative for Framingham and Ashland.
Okay.
And they called him because they knew that he was out and that he was gay, and they said, hey, we have gay kids and they need support. And
So
they can't make it to
the parents
Boston.
of these two gay children are the ones reaching out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So they reached out to Jack, and they said, they need some help, and we know that there's no programming in the Metro West area. There's programming in Worcester. There's programming in Boston, but we can't get there. Can't get to either of them.
Okay.
So,
So we need something in our area.
right.
Okay.
So-
and aren't you surprised there wasn't something in the?
Well, there was a program in Framingham.
Okay.
Many, many years ago.
Oh, all right, okay.
And unfortunately, that it didn't.
It lasts.
It
okay.
didn't last.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was like, okay, sure, I'll do something. So he decided, hey, we'll do a pizza party, and once a week pizza party, and I guess like 30,
And that's how it started?
That's
Just
how
like
it started.
So
30 kids showed up to the first one.
How did they get the word out there? Do you know?
Guidance counselors at schools.
Oh, okay.
I think they did some flyering. But then, we also had involvement from members of the church who also had queer children. And then we also had some really awesome volunteers who were connected with GSAs and things like that.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So it's been going on since 2011.
11. Yep. And then we became a nonprofit in 2015. We got too big for the church. So we
Wow.
became our own nonprofit. Yeah.
And then you moved to a.
We have an office space in Framingham, and that's where we run our drop-in, which is once a week on Thursday afternoons from 3 to 6.
So once a week, drop-in.
Right.
What happens at a drop-in?
Drop-in is our least structured of our programs.
Okay.
It's really just come and hang out with us. I make them play Atari. They don't know how to play it, but I try really, really hard.
That's
funny. We have a library. We watch movies. We watch Vines. We watch YouTube.
Okay. So it's just
yeah.
very relaxed.
Very relaxed.
Gotcha.
Maybe some homework gets done.
That's where I was heading with this because I
Yeah.
wasn't sure because I know there are other groups that have drop-ins. They actually have like people who will be helping with homework and stuff, and I didn't know if you did
We
that.
do. It's
Yeah.
just more informal.
Okay. All right.
So it's just hangout time. But with the other programs that we have, so WAGLY was our first program.
Okay.
So we modeled off of Bagley and things
Yeah.
like that. And we are a part of the AGLY network, which is really awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
And so WAGLY was West Suburban Alliance of Gay and Lesbian Youth, but it's now just an acronym, just a word,
Right.
WAGLY. So WAGLY meets every week on Mondays still at the church that we were founded in.
Oh, okay.
So that's for high schoolers, for queer high schoolers.
Okay.
And then, what happened is that about a year into it, our trans and gender nonconforming high schoolers were saying, hey, it's really awesome that we're invited to this, but we need our own group. We have our own issues that we need to talk about.
Okay.
We would like our own role models.
So there was an offshoot of that.
Yep, so that's Umbrella. And Umbrella is for trans and gender nonconforming high schoolers.
Okay.
And that meets the first and third Wednesdays of the month. The
At?
First Wednesday is at the church, the
Okay.
same place where
Yeah.
Wagley is. The third Wednesday is in Framingham.
Okay.
Down the street from our office. So our
Okay.
office is unfortunately too small.
Too small. So do you rent a space or somebody give you a space to meet?
We actually get a space donated.
Oh,
so from
that's
First
wonderful.
Parish
That's
Church.
that's in Framingham?
Yep.
Okay.
That's in Framingham. And then we also, a couple years later, I think it was probably 2014, 2015, we got another phone call from some parents of like, hey, we know what you're doing and it's really awesome, but my kid can't wait till high school.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
And we have an awesome volunteer, Susan, and she has a trans daughter, and she said, my daughter's in 4th grade.
Okay.
She can't wait till high school to find friends, to find people that she can connect with.
Yes, yeah.
So Jack was like, okay, well, I guess
Wow.
we'll do something else. So we started Nexus, which was actually first in the Commonwealth program, after school program for queer middle schoolers.
This is the first I'm ever hearing about an organization like that.
Yeah.
Is it the first one around?
No, there's like for other programs?
No, for like that young age.
No, so we were the first.
You were the first.
Yep, we were the
Okay.
first in the state to do something, and now I know that there are some other programs around that are doing it. I want to say something in Worcester as well, and then also one in Salem.
Okay, wow.
yeah.
So from that original phone call, you've branched off to probably 3 or 4 different organizations?
4 different programs.
Programs.
Yep, and
That's amazing.
we're our own nonprofit.
I mean,
So-
literally talk about planting the seed, right?
Right. It was.
You never know what it can grow out of this.
Yeah, and the community really just lets us know what they need, and
Yeah.
we try to do as much as we can. We're a small staff of 3.
Well,
So, yeah.
I do see that you guys do a lot of events and things.
Right.
So that's what caught my eye. And I don't know if somebody reached out to me personally or to start following you, but when I noticed that you had so many great events, I was really impressed by the way the inclusion going on.
Yeah, so we have a few different events a year. One is taking place in September, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. That's our gala.
Okay, tell me everything you can about the gala.
Saturday, September 28th.
Okay.
At the Verve, which is at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Natick.
Okay.
It's actually where we were last year, so
Okay.
we're excited to go back again.
Yeah.
And we'll have sponsorship opportunities. And it's also just a way for us to get the word out about us and also have some fun.
So was last year the first gala?
No.
No.
Last year was the 5th.
5th gala?
Yep.
Is it just growing and growing and
Growing and growing every year. And this past year, I want to say we had about 220 people.
That's wonderful.
So
And where do you have it again? I'm sorry.
the Verve
The
at the
Verve.
Crown Plaza Hotel in
Okay.
Natick.
Wow.
Yeah.
So September 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So I think New England Pride TV will be more than happy to be working with you in some aspect. We'll definitely help you promote as much
That's
as
awesome.
we can.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, this is exciting. But you have, not only do you have like weekly, do you also have like support groups for the parents?
So we personally don't,
Okay.
but actually our Nexus programming, so our middle school programming, that meets the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of the month. So 2nd Wednesday is in Framingham,
Yep.
4th Wednesday is in Newton.
You must have a calendar on your website.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We have a calendar on our website,
All right.
which is, it also gives the topics of what we're going to be discussing.
Let's tell our viewers who are watching at home the website where they can get any information they might want to get from you about Out Metro West, and contact information.
Yeah, so it's outmetrowest.org, and then our social medias are all at outmetrowest.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy. It's been a pleasure learning
Thank you
from
so much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
And please be in touch.
Yeah,
Please
absolutely.
be in touch about potential sponsor opportunities and promotion.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, it's me, Amy T, with another segment of Experimental Comedy Therapy. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm always looking for different forms of therapy to incorporate into my wellness routine. Well, the girls and I decided that we're going to try crystal bowl meditation at Yoga Moves in Stoneham. Energy healer and shaman Laura Hackle sages and cleanses the room before we get started. She then goes around the room with a box of energy stones and gives you a brief description of their powers.
Usually one pops right out.
I chose a blue argonite, which appropriately powers is healing emotional trauma.
And so the bowls work in your vibrational energy field, and they vibrate at such a high level that anything that's ready to be released just finds its way out. And so what I love about it is you don't have to be conscious of it. You might know, and that's good, and you might not know, and that's good too. They work in your energy field, right? So we all have a physical body, and then our energetic body is outside of that. And it could be really close to us, or it could be really far out. Invest in that.
About halfway through the meditation, she walked around the room and like jingled bells around certain people. I forget why though. This was by far an incredible experience. It was very spiritual and awakening, and I enjoyed it a lot. Please check out Laura Hackle and her website, Artful Healing, and see when you can take a class. I highly recommend checking out Crystal Bowl Meditation. Use this month to take care of yourself and your mental health. Until next time, this is Amy T. with ECT. Please be responsible for the energy you bring into this world. Practice compassion and tolerance. Take care, everybody.
And once again, we have come to the end of another episode of New England Pride TV. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us. And thank you for going to our New England Pride TV Facebook page, because we have almost 10,000 followers. Can you believe that?
That's great.
And we haven't paid for any. and I haven't had to use porn, so there you
just
go.
like us.
It's awesome. If you're wondering who this is Marky.
Hello.
He is what I'm calling our guest wrangler.
The executive.
Executive guest wrangler. All right, if you're a guest on New England Pride TV, you will get to meet Marky. We're not giving Marky's last name because we don't want him to be stalked. But no, and you will be, I'm sure. So Tina, you were not here last week. Last episode, we missed you terribly. Did you have a good birthday?
I did. It was a big one. Not telling you how old, but.
Oh my God, now I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, so we're going to end the show the way we always do by saying, please don't be afraid to shine your light.
Because you might be lighting the way for someone in need.
Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye. This is where you wave.
Hey, 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 tune in, show us you got New England pride, show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us you got New England pride, show us you've got New England pride. New England pride.